You can unmute your microphone. Hello.
All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma.
Everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to have all of you in class. I think we have a much larger class today. Last week, I only had one person in class, so good to see every one of you. Even if I can't see your faces, but good to see you, good to have you in class today. So my name is Temi Olajide-Arise, and I'm sure you've seen the introductory video, and I'm sure you'll be able to read the announcements and the meet your facilitator contents, and at least you would have like a little bit perception on how I look and what I do. So good to have every one of you in class today. And basically, I don't know if you've seen the lesson notes for this week. I just sent it.
Yes,
Hello?
I've seen it, the external business environment.
Yes, and yes. Just a minute, let me just try as much as possible to bring up it again. And let me actually share it. I think I'm going to share it class right now. Okay, so just a moment. So I don't know who has gone through the lesson notes or who has gone through this how would I put it, the units, or rather the course contents that we are going to be talking about today. I don't know who has gone through them.
I was going through them before the
Sorry?
connected. I was going through them before the call connected now.
I can't hear you properly. Who is talking? Is that Marian?
Yes, Miriam. I was going through them shortly before the video connected.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, the legal environment and type of laws, the political business environment.
Okay, so just hold on. Let me just share my video. Let me share. Okay. Okay, so Miriam, can you just introduce yourself? Just give us a brief introduction of yourself. I think we are 6 in number, so I guess we can have maybe 5 minutes for introduction. So you guys can just introduce yourself to the class one after the other. So starting with you, Miriam.
My name is Miriam. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
No, just say something now. My name is Miriam. Where are you from? Just a little bit background.
Okay, I'm from Anambra, but my study center is Lagos, and I'm glad to be part of this beautiful open distance learning. Nice to meet you, Matu. And nice to meet all of
so
you.
thank you very much, Miriam, for that beautiful introduction. So, Marvelous, can you introduce yourself? Please don't be shy. Let's hear you. Yeah?
All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Please confirm you.
Good afternoon, dear.
All right. Thank you. So my name is Marvelous.
I guess your network is a bit poor. Can't hear you properly.
Oh my God. Is it better now?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. My apologies for the background noise. So I said my name is
Marvelous. Apologies accepted. Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is Marvelous. My study center is here in Lagos. This is my first time in this class, but I think I've gotten familiar with some of my fellow candidates, and it's my pleasure being here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Marvelous. So who do we have again?
Good afternoon.
Okay. Somebody was speaking.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is John Ogbo. I My study center is Lagos.
Okay.
I'm from Benue. I work with Niger Bef Limited.
Okay.
I choose now because it's ODL, because it's flexible enough.
Okay.
That afforded me the opportunity of being part of this video program. So I'm really appreciated for being part of this program.
Okay, thank you very much, John. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Nice meeting you as well. So who is next
Thank you.
in line? Someone was about to talk. Please, who is next on the line?
Good afternoon, madam.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is Teresa Omodi. I'm from
Okay.
Delta State. My study center is in Lagos. Well, I'm new to now.
Okay.
I'm taking up my MBA program, so I am hoping that I'll be able to learn a lot because I'm new to this system. So I'm sure gradually I'll get used to it.
Okay, thank you very much, Teresa. Welcome. So who else again do we have?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is Goodluck, and I'm from Bayelsa State,
Okay.
Wuse Study Center 2, Wuse 2 Study Center, and yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thank you very much. Good luck. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So who else do we have? Okay, sorry. If you are done introducing yourself, you can just mute your microphone so we don't hear the background noise in your offices or or your workplace. Please just try as much as possible to mute your microphones. Hello. Okay, so who is next on ground? Who is next to introduce themselves, or who is the last person rather? Okay, so basically, I'm still trying to, share my screen. Just a moment. I don't know what's wrong, but I hopefully before we finish this class, or rather before we even start, I hope to be able to share my screen. But I know most of you would have been able to download the lesson notes for today. And then basically what we are looking at is the external business environment. And like I said, my name is Temi Olajide-Arise, and I'm your facilitator for MBA817, which is environment of business. So for today's lesson, we are going to be looking at three major objectives. And the first one is to understand the legal business environment. The second one is to describe the political business environment. And lastly is to explain the social-cultural business environment. And so we all know what a business environment is. And basically we talked about that in our lesson 1. If you go back to our previous lesson notes for last week, you will see that we talked about the nature of a business environment. And for today's class, we'll be talking about the external environment. For last week, we talked about the internal environment. So just a moment, please. Let me just get the lesson notes. 1 minute. So how many of you have the course materials? How many of you have downloaded the course materials? You can unmute your mic and talk to me. Then when you are done, you can mute it. How many of you have downloaded the course materials?
I have.
Okay, so you have the course material. Okay, so please,
Yes, please.
what I need to do is just to try as much as possible to put on the e-learn platform for you guys to have access to. So, but basically, if you have it with you on your system, I think that's fair enough. So no problem about that. But for other people that won't be able to have access to that, I will just upload it on the e-learn platform. So we are talking about the external environment today, and we said we'll be looking at the legal environment, the political environment, and the cultural environment. So we would start, let's start with the political environment. So we all know I don't know if you are, because to be honest, this is like a session where we'll just have to discuss. I don't really want to be going through all the slides and all that stuff because you all have the course material and this is an MBA class. So I don't think we need to start explaining in details. So like I said, if you go through the slides or the course material, is there any place or are you having any difficulties in any concept that you don't understand and you want us to be able to throw more light into it? So that's where I will start from. So I don't want to start giving you lectures when we would have other modes of where we will be able to like do proper lectures and all that stuff. But for this Zoom class or facilitation section, I think it's just basically on, if you have any challenges or difficulties concerning the areas of discussion, then we can just try as much as possible to analyze that and, make sure that you understand, those concepts. So is there any, have you gone through it? Is there anything that is kind of overwhelming or something that you don't understand? And if not, then maybe I can just breeze through, the lesson slides and, then we can forge ahead. So is there anyone that is having any difficulty at all? Anybody?
I just have a question to ask.
Yes, dear.
When you listed the types of political system, I want to know the electoral and the party and the representative, are they part of them? Because when you go to
yes, we know we have two major types of political systems. And the first one we have is called the authoritarian political system. And the second one we have is the democratic political system. So under the democratic political system, that is when we have the electoral system, that is where we have the party system, and we have a representative assembly. So that's for, the types. Then under democratic political system, we now have sub-political system, which is the electoral system, the party system, and the representative assembly. So are you clear about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, well, we can throw more light into all these types of system anyway. So basically, maybe that is where I will start discussing from. So we all know what a political system is. We all know what is politics. Who can tell me what politics is? Please, I want this to be an interactive class. I don't want a situation whereby I just talk and you listen. There's no wrong or right answer left to me. Every answer or every discussion has a meaning. So, you can just from your, how would I put it? Just say something. Do you understand? I just want you people to feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong answer. Just as, the spirit leads. Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Just tell me something. What do you understand by politics? What do you know by politics? Or do you want me to start calling names? I'm good at calling.
I think politics can be seen or can be referred to as the activities associated with governing a country or an area, a geographical area, right? Which has to do with raising up policies and putting up of laws that people have to follow. in a particular geographical area.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. And that's who just spoke? Is it Catherine Oseme?
It's good luck.
Oh, sorry, good luck. Yes, thank you very much. Good luck. Yes, thank you. I really appreciate that definition of what politics is. Is there any other person that would like to throw more light into what politics is? Any other person? Please just, I guess it's just an interactive section, so nobody is going to bite anybody, please. And it's a, you know, I just want you people to be open-minded. Just feel free. Just say it as the spirit leads, please. I know you have, how would I put it? Sometimes we have something to say in our minds, but sometimes it's how to comprehend those thoughts. And, you know, to make it a meaningful sentence, it's always the issue. But to me, I just feel that, you know, you can just say things as it is, as you understand. Let me just use that word. So is there any other person that would like to give a try? That would like to give it a try? Any other person? Okay, so let's just forge ahead. So basically, if you go to our course material, it's being stated here that politics is it's concerned with this process, which helps to determine how conflicts are contained, modified, postponed, or settled. And you know, in our environment now, you know the kind of politics that is being played. Even in your organization, we also they play so much politics. And I will call politics as an activity because these are things that, you know, are associated, or rather, these are things that are in our environment that we can see. We know about it, that these things exist. And basically, Good Luck mentioned something about is it leadership? Yes, it's how you govern, you know, a particular environment. Yes, for instance, now in your place of work, you have your CEOs, you have your managers. These are political people that, you know, at the end of the day, they are the ones that actually oversee the leadership of that organization. So, you know, what we are talking about is basically environment of business. And as I just stated right now, that, you know, politics is actually an environment in the business world. Do you understand? There is no organization that does not have its political activities or its political aspects. Every organization tends towards, you know, that political concept or that political notion whereby they do things in a way, you know, that actually displays the activities, you know, of leadership in that organization. So basically, for this particular course, like I just stated right now, under, you know, the political system, we have various bodies. For instance, one of those bodies we have is the government. Do you understand? And what do the government do? They are the ones that have, you know, they have that power. They exercise the majority of the power. Do you understand? In a nation. And they are the ones that make decisions. Do you understand? And those decisions actually affect the people in turn. Do you understand? So the government is one attribute or one content, you know, that we can actually lay the political system into, because these are those people that exercise power. For instance, now, I think a policy just came out now, and what was that policy all about? I'm trying to, the issue of, I don't know if you've heard of the issue of the VAT, that for every state per se or so, that, you know, they need to start remitting VAT also to, you know, the federal account and all that stuff. And you know what, a lot of governors have actually, you know, tried to condemn such acts, to say that you cannot start distributing, you know, people's revenue. Or for instance, now Lagos State is, you know, it's a commercialized state, and this is where most business activities actually are being done. Now, you know, the amount of money Lagos State generates, you know, even weekly or monthly, you know, concerning so many activities. So what the government is trying to say, that even if Lagos State actually contributes, these things should be distributed equally among other states. But they are trying to say that, no, we cannot do that in terms of we generate more, so we should be able to have the largest share of whatever you want us to keep, you know. So basically, these are decisions that are being done or are being raised, you know, by the authorities in high power. Do you understand? So most of all these things that happen are being political, because at the end of the day, you don't want a situation whereby, you know, there will be disagreements. For instance, another example we can use is this anti-grazing anti-grazing law that most governments or most governors are trying not to implement. I just heard that Lagos State just implemented that yesterday. So which is a welcoming development for, you know, people of Lagos State. They are trying to actually secure or trying to protect their citizens. So most of all these things are political, because at the end of the day, they can be opportunities or they can be threats, you know, to the society. So one has to be very careful, you know, in terms of our environment when it comes to the political aspect. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, there can actually be things that, you know, that might not be favorable to your organization, or things that might be favorable to your organization. So in that context, now we can say that the political system actually oversees, you know, most of the political system actually oversees most of the laws, or most of, how would I put it now, most of the activities, you know, in an organization or in a business environment. So basically, that's what the political system is all about. Then we can now move to the types of political system. And like I earlier said, we have two types of political system. The first one is called the authoritarian political system, and the second one is called the democratic political system. So for the authoritarian political system, this is talking about an individual, and it can also be in form of a group. And for example, now we can have like a monarch or other powerful individuals. Let me just give an example. I'm just trying to look into the course material to see, you know, if there are one or two examples. For the course material, it's stating that the authoritarian political system could be an individual, which could be a monarch or other powerful individuals, or a group of individuals, e.g. a political party or military, you know, junta. And then what this is trying to say is that for this authoritarian political system, you can have like an individual person that has so much authority. For instance, now, you know what we call a monarch? A monarch is actually, you know, a kind of, how would I put it? When we talk of a monarch is actually when you talk of kings and queens of maybe, how would I put it? When you talk of this hierarchical constitution, whereby you have like kings and queens and all those stuff. For instance, we know that the British colony actually, you know, have like a monarch system, whereby you have the queen, which is Queen Elizabeth, you have the prince, princess, and all that stuff. Do you understand? And, you know, they have that authority, you know, to be able to do some certain things. Do you understand? Not all authority, but, you know, they have, for instance, now you have the Prime Minister, which is Boris Johnson. There's no how he wants to do something in the UK or the United Kingdom that the Queen would not, you know, have an edge or would not have an input in whatever they do. And, you know, most of the authority would actually come from the Queen, even if you have the Prime Minister. So the Queen is actually, you know, that individual, you know, that oversees, you know, the major aspects of the life of the citizens. Do you understand? Even when the Prime Minister is there, the Prime Minister would like just put it like a figurehead. But the Queen, that's why you see anything they want to do, the Queen is always available. You know, she answers to so many other responsibilities and the rest of it. So basically, so the authority solemnly lies, you know, with the monarch, which, has, a powerful significance in that organization or in that nation, so to say. So we can also have like a political party also, a ruling political party, that, for instance, now, which is a ruling political party in Nigeria, it's APC. And I don't want to use the political party because it's more of like a democratic, it's more of like a democracy. So I'm going to use like maybe the military regime when we had like Abacha as, the